We need to increase the radius here. We can do that a little bit later. Yeah, I just need to increase the radius on the octagons. But we did make some good progress today. I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot on how to build structure in the editor. We're going to make a ship that's basically just going to be an armored box when we're done. Build the engine without the square. Why? I need the mount. If I build the engine without the square, it has no mount. And then it'll lock to something, but it won't mount to it. Vinci, I don't understand. Like, okay, this is me not understanding again. Why would I do that? I need the mount because the engine structurally needs to mount to it. What you're saying is, oh, just attach the rocket engine without the gimbal. What? Why would I do that? Genuine question. I don't understand. Why would I do that? All right. Because you already have mounted the mount already. But yeah, I know, but that box needs to be like that. I can't just mount two of the hard points against the center I-beam like that. So I can't go engine mount, I-beam, engine mount. Because then there's no way for the plumbing for the engine to go anywhere. They need to be spaced. They have to be spaced so I can get the plumbing out of there. So I can't do that way. Because think of it like an umbilical, right? You can't have just umbilical attached to umbilical. There needs to be a place for the plumbing to go somewhere. You know, I can't do that way. But either way, good brainstorming. We learned a lot there. Stupid fly. We learned a lot there. I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I'm going to go grab something to eat, and I will see you guys in probably about 15 minutes. Then we'll do some space news. There's a space symposium going on in Colorado that we probably should talk about. What experience do you have with plumbing? I'll be right back.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
All right. Welcome to the Space News. Let me just get all the clips here and go. Here, let's get this going. Kim, you got some space news? Okay. All right, let me get your link. Oh God. Okay. All right, links. Help. But why choose the moon as our goal? Yeah, I have that teed up right now. Outline for the high bay. Okay, got that. Let me move the Russian news into position. Okay. Okay, I think I got everything. Nice, my pick. That's cool, man. Okay. I think I got everything figured out here. Alright. How about we start right here? Hello. Welcome to the Space News. How about we start right... 1 second. And yeah, here we go. Just move that out of the way. But no, give me. Just watch the video for now, dude, okay? We'll talk about that in a moment. At first glance, I was sure this is Arya. Нет. Это Oleg. Это наука. Oh, yeah, like that. Damn.
Первые кадры из иллюминатора MLM.
Nice view. Okay, what did he say?
Первые кадры из иллюминатора MLM.
He has something MLM, so the I'm gonna go ahead and guess that he probably said something about the view, but I've only got like bits and pieces of it. First view. He wants to sell a shampoo. Yeah. First view from Nauka's window. Yeah. Would saying Horosho be accurate here? Very nice, I like. It's very good, yes. Something about an extended warranty. Oh, jeez. Oh, God, stop. I'm gonna throw up, Oleg. Stop. 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 No. No, don't close the shutter. Stop it. Don't close it. Stop it. No. Oleg. Stop. 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 Hey, Jeff. Oh, cool.
Есть закрытие.
I didn't get that. Yes. So. Yeah, I didn't get it. I forget what yes means. We have closure. Is yes we? Is that what that means? I know there's. Okay, so. I'm trying to get better at this. So there's yes is there is. Oh, okay, like it exists. Okay. Because I know there's yes posadka, which means they've landed, so that means there is a landing. A landing exists, something like that. You need to extend your subscription so you get access to the view. Nice. What is it? There's. Oh, I forget, man. Put on the spot like this. What is it? Ya, dib, ona, and what's the last one? I forget how to say it. I don't speak Pacific Northwest truck driver. That was a pretty awesome video, dude. Pretty good. I can assist in the Canadian translations. I'm fluent, unfortunately. Well, Jaeger, I tell you, I keep putting, American water in my damn freezer, and then when like a couple hours later, when I go to open up the dang freezer, there's some dang Canadian water in there. I don't know what kind of reaction is going on, but this damn Canadian water just comes up from everywhere. Please, no accent. Fine. Were you listening from? Yeah, my pick. Uh-huh. How do you say what's the backwards are? The backwards are yeah. Yeah. And then there's what is it? U, which is it's like the T with the B and the L. Dib. I forget how to say it, dude. I've been reading, doing better, at least trying to. We can get to the rest of the Russian news right now if we want to keep going. Friggin' alphabet, man. 30 letters or 33 letters. That's just why? Why so many letters, man? So many damn letters. I don't know how to translate that sound. So it's the T, the lowercase b, and then L. It's like dib, something like that. Why only 26? Why use more when few do trick? All right, so let's see what's going on with the rest of the Russian stuff. So, yep, nope, I can't read that. Oh, so many times, like 12. It's like deal, but no, Myfic, yeah, I know. It's a strange. You have to like push right here to Russian correctly, and then you gotta like put your tongue forward. Like it's bizarre. Like for me. You just have to like talk with a different part of your mouth. Does that make sense?
Discovery, go at throttle.
Hey Ansel, 24-month resub. What's up? All right, so let's see what we got. Kozmenaftov, Boroskozma. So Oleg, I know what this is about because I see the spacesuits. They're gonna do an EVA. That's what they're talking about, but I'm not. Yeah, Jeff. So the 2nd and the 8th of September in the year 2021. And then the 3rd and the... Wait, what? 3rd and the 9th? Wait a minute. I'm confused. Extravehicular activities. Okay, so Oleg and Peter Dubrov are... Okay, it was previously planned for the 2nd and the 8th. Has been postponed to the 3rd and the 9th. Okay, got it. Got it. Hey, PY, give me a... Hey, shut up. Shut up. I don't critique your damn English, dick. You had a U.S. college at school, or U.S. student at school. He was on the student exchange. The funniest thing was his vowels all started the same, and ours in Russian all sound different. Yeah, Endo, you're talking with a different part of your throat, man. Like, I can do it because I'm good at voices, but it takes a second. It just takes practice, you know? Like, oh, geez, speaking a language takes practice? Bro, tell me more. So, yeah, like 20 years. Shut up. I'll get it faster than that, man. I'll get it faster than that. Hopefully. Cool. All right, so they moved the EVA out. This EVA from Oleg and Peter are probably going to be just outfitting Nauka and getting it basically ready for the station. If you go and look at it, it's very clear that the module, like I saw some people whining about this on Twitter. They're like, oh my God, it's so cluttered. But they got to unpack everything, man. Everything in here, like look at, there's so many wires that are undone because it's not hooked up yet. I mean, just because the life support systems are hooked up doesn't mean any of the systems are all being powered or anything. So they gotta clean it up a little bit, but that's what that EVA is about. I've been practicing English for almost 30 years and I still can't use it well. I only speak 2 languages, English and bad English. All right, next bit of news. Let's see what we got. Yep. What is this? Yeah, I always forget the backward. What's the 4? I forget what the 4 is. Even the science box that has to go outside is, yeah. Yeah, I don't know that word. So, I can tell that it has to do with Prichel, which is the Uzlovoy module, which is the next one. That's going to actually be bolted to the bottom of Nauka. This right here is going to attach to that, to Nauka right there. Hi, boss. What do you think of the race? Good result? Which race, Tessa? The hurricane coming up here screwed everything. I didn't watch any racing this, from Saturday night forward. I didn't watch anything. Nationalist? Speak barbarian English only. Okay, if I wanted to speak the Queen's English, I would. See what I did there? Alright. They're doing nodal testing of the module at Baikonur. Specialists installed an onboard cable net. Okay, so they installed the wire harness and checked the circuits. Did a power supply check. Scheduled to launch to the ISS in November. There we go. More important than the race, did you feel the tub? No, Laserman. The hurricane went around me, dude. It went around. It didn't even hit Boston. It went around it. Yeah, it went actually to the left. It went out towards Western Mass, and then curved around and went over Vermont and New Hampshire and came out into the sea over Maine. Didn't even hit me. We barely got any rain. Yeah, it was sunny out for a second. I was like, that's the sun. All right. Queen's English is barbarian in what universe? In the one called American? One called American? It's great. Chem, it's the most American thing ever. We stole the language, and then, we don't acknowledge that, screw yours. We appropriated your language, and there's nothing you can do about it. Deal with it. Not you, but you know what I mean. It's ours now. You can't have it back. All right. Yeah, we optimized it, Deepic. We took out some letters that frankly just weren't needed, and we optimized it. You own this, I own this. Smirks, it's the most American thing ever. You stole the language and removed the silly accent to make it better. See, Thomas, it makes sense because when Dutch people learn English, they talk like this. They don't. Oh, they don't talk like this, mate. What? Hey, just giving you crap. Pip, Reginald, I disagree with you. You got your license to speak English, bruv. You muppet. You bloody pillock. Sirius is like, sound off. Mike Conway, Kamui Kobayashi, and Jose Maria Lopez got the win in the... Yeah, I know. Okay, got the win in the number 7. Buemi, Nakajima, and Hartley. Wow, I forgot about that guy. Came 2 laps behind from the photo finish. Hey, not bad. So we get taught bad English, but I learned American English from TV, which my teachers didn't like. Yes. Yes. All right. Anyway, so next bit of news. Roscosmos plans to send 2 more space tourists to the ISS after 2023. Before that, there will be no vacant seats in the Soyuz ships. The contract with 2 foreign tourists is currently being prepared, and their names will be announced at the IAC in October. Cool. Useless Spanish fact of the day. Jose Maria is a male name. Maria Jose is a female name. Huh. Bueno. Yeah, Bino, we'll talk about that later. I saved the discussion stuff for the end of space news. We got one more bit of Russian news here. What do we got? Let's see. Dmitry Rogozin's interview with Das. Well, how can Dmitry interview with himself, Kem? Am I right? How can he have an interview with himself? So strange. You see what I did there? See what I did there? Yeah, but we'll talk about that later. I have that kind of teed up for the end of space news. No, hey, don't worry about it. It's all good. It's all good. All right, let's see. The Russian Federation plans to launch more than 600 communications satellites and Earth remote sensing satellites into orbit as part of the Sphere program. Its funding will include both budgetary and extra budgetary sources. Private investors include both operators and investment companies. The volume of their investments will exceed 350 billion rubles. That's a lot of money. Okay. Okay, so Mr. Rogozin, you said earlier that you plan to approve the Sphere program by July. Is it directed to the government? Okay. I proposed the Sphere program to the government at least twice. Now it's undergoing another approval, including taking into account specified parameters. In general, it is in a high degree of readiness, and by the end of this month, should be submitted to the government again. I hope that we will finally accept it during September and October. Or they'll finally approve it in September and October. We have questions with some of our Earth remote sensing spacecraft. Oh, okay. They run out of service in 2023 or 2024, so this work must be started immediately. Interesting. Interesting. Shrubbery, I just saw your resub message. Sorry, I looked over. They might ask, where the fuck is he? Or what is Fagizzy? But they don't ask, how is Fagizzy? Nice. All right. Where will the funds for the spirit... Okay, when will the funds be approved for the program? We should receive funds in a few days. With these funds, we plan to create by the end of next year prototypes of the first spacecraft of one of the orbital constellations, and thereby secure the frequency resources for the Russian Federation, which will expire at the end of 2022. Interesting. What funds are we talking about for the first round of funding? We're talking about 7 billion rubles, which should be used to create scientific and technical reserves. That is not the group itself, but the prototype. Okay, so they're going to make prototypes of these satellites. PY 52. Spasiba. Well, I got something over here, Jeff. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like the Russians want to get in on the internet satellite constellation game with their Sphere program, which is very interesting. That's you know, a lot of people say that, you know, oh, their space program doesn't have the money. They don't have the money. They don't have the money. Well, 350 billion rubles. That's yeah, $4.7 billion. That's, I would call that funding. Yeah, would you? I would call that funding. Yeah. Sub's almost free here. Almost free is good. So I got to work today and they told me my building was infested with black mold and we were to telework until further notice. Yeah, that's probably not good. Can I have 4.7 milliard? That's more money than you have in Tarkov. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. All right, cool. So that's interesting that they're going to work on a new Sphere program. So I got another hype video. This is for all the space hype beasts in chat. Here, I haven't watched this yet. Let's go.
We are going. The history of this agency is marked with broken barriers, once viewed as impossible, with science fiction turned reality, with innovations that have spun industries all their own.
I saw a guy on YouTube make
and
a better
with
robot
demonstrations of peace for all humankind.
We soar in the skies of our home planet. We maintain a human presence just outside of gravity, and we touch points all across the solar system and beyond.
Florida.
We're going back to the moon, and this is why.
The moon is a treasure trove of science.
It holds opportunities for us to make discoveries about our home planet, about our sun,
And about our solar system.
The wealth of knowledge to be gleaned from the moon will inspire a new generation of thought and action.
Without fail, every major program and mission NASA has invested in has led to technologies and capabilities that have shaped our culture.
The breakthroughs of the Artemis era will define our generation and the generations to follow.
The tens of thousands of jobs associated with propelling us to the moon today are just the beginning of a lunar economy that will see hundreds of thousands of new jobs develop around the world.
This is not an ambition of one entity or one country. The exploration of the moon is a shared effort.
Woven together by a desire for the greater good.
Why the moon? Because the missions of tomorrow will be sparked by the accomplishments of the Artemis generation today.
because the ambition to go has already begun.
And because Mars is calling. We need to learn what it takes to establish a community on another cosmic shore. So let's camp close before pushing out.
And so, we go to the moon now, not as a series of isolated missions, but to build a community on and around the moon capable of proving how to live on other worlds.
We'll use the lessons from more than 50 years of peaceful exploration to send a new generation to the lunar surface to stay.
We will anchor our efforts on the lunar South Pole to establish the Artemis Base Camp,
positioning us for long-term science and exploration of the lunar surface.
We will prove what it takes to assemble a complex ship in deep space.
We will perfect descending down to and returning from a distant surface.
We will learn how humans can survive and thrive in a partial gravity environment.
With improved spacesuit designs, mobile habitats, and with reconnaissance robots pre-positioning and relocating supplies.
We will learn how to utilize the resources we find on these other worlds, starting with finding water ice and purifying it to drinkable water.
And refining that into hydrogen for fuel and oxygen to breathe.
We will establish fission power plants on the surface of the moon capable of supporting a growing community of efforts.
Yeah, baby.
And we will expand the logistics supply chain
to
enable
company.
commercial and international partners
to resupply and refuel deep space outposts.
None of this is simple or easy, but nothing in our history ever has been.
The Eagle has landed. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
This kind of continuous lunar presence is a natural extension of all that we've learned in low Earth orbit.
Terry!
And what we will accomplish there will ensure the monumental missions to Mars are within reach.
What was that? Hold on.
As
I gotta go back to that.
The launch of the first Artemis mission.
Oh, that was dope.
And as commercial companies
I
ready
saw it.
their lunar
I'll show you.
landers for the
I'll show you.
first
I'll show you. That was sick.
payload deliveries, we have already begun to take the next step.
So, I saw an EUS there with a HAB module attached to the front. Skylab style. Skylab style, baby. Let me check that out. Hold on. Let's go back over here just a little ways. So, Orion has okay, it's just a gateway module. False alarm, not really, but it's still cool. See, you know what? I kind of want to do a write-up or something, like a report on what Orion can do and why it's good at what it can do. Why it's good at what it can do. It can build space stations. It's an orbital tug, just like that. See? That HAB module is the ESAI HAB, which will be put on Gateway. Yeah, I would say that that's probably correct. Hey, Vasya. What's up? Why is that lady shown on a MacBook? I don't know, man. Because reasons? Hey. I want to see that again. Where's that damn EUS? There it is. Yeah. This should be a thing right here. Yeah. Nah, see this? Wet workshop this thing, man. Make a space station out of it. Yeah, Ferk, I mean, basically, yeah. I mean, so, okay, think about it like this. When a space station module flew up on a space shuttle, right? The space shuttle's obviously powering the module, right? And then, you know, they put it on its own power for a second, grab it out of the space shuttle's payload bay, and attach it to the space station, right? I mean, it's a little bit more complicated than that, but basically, when it's riding in the shuttle's payload bay, it's part of the space shuttle. The shuttle is controlling that module. Orion does the same thing. Anything that docks to it becomes part of Orion. Orion can control it. Coming up with that kind of integrated architecture is not easy to do. And that's part of the reason why Orion is so damn expensive. Because it's basically designed to become the parent of any child module that it attached to. just the same way that the space shuttle would do it. But the thing about this thing is that it can take stuff out to the moon. If the EUS throws this thing on a translunar injection, now you can take this module out to the moon. Now you have a spaceship that you can go and you can dock it to the gateway. You're a wet workshop. No, you. Yeah, maybe, John. Yeah. Yeah, who knows? Maybe. See, and now Orion can work. Orion can work with that module, and that module becomes part of it. It can power it, and it can, like, I mean, the module has its own self-contained solar panels, but it can control it. If this module, like, none of the gateway modules will have this, I don't think, but if this module had thrusters on it, Orion should be able to control those thrusters as well. That's part of the reason what makes Orion so damn good at what it does. We got to test it. Don't get me wrong. We got to send it. We got to test it. But yeah, that's that thing right there. So it's like the F-35 of spacecraft. Kind of. It's more like a space truck entropy, but not a space truck that's designed to go up into low Earth orbit and come back down. That's the space shuttle. This is a deep space truck. Any anime fans out there? Cowboy Bebop fans? You remember the trucks from the space trucks from that episode? Orion's kind of like that. Kind of basically like that. Like they have a truck that has the flight deck, right, and then it has thrusters, and then it can attach to a trailer. Orion basically can do this. Yeah. I mean, it's not like the space trucks in Cowboy Bebop that can go across the solar system, but it can basically do that. So, yeah, no, it is a pretty awesome little piece of equipment right there, that thing. And that's part of the reason why it's so expensive. Hey, put the booster together. Yes. There's the Viper mission. Actually, I don't know if that's Viper. That could be something else. Yeah, Artemis logo is pretty dope. Food for thought. Orion and the commercial crew capsules are the first spacecraft designed and built in the information age. Yep. Yeah. Space truck. Which one stays there becoming the depot? The module that's not Orion. Huh. That's strange. I'm sorry, but when someone asks why the moon, why choose this as our goal? Why, 35 years ago, fly the Atlantic? Why climb Mount Everest? Why does Rice play Texas? We choose to go to the moon. Do I have to tee it up?
This country was conquered by those who move forward, and so will space. William Bradford, speaking in 1630 of the founding of the Plymouth Bay Colony, said that all great and honorable actions are accompanied with great difficulties, and both must be enterprised and overcome with answerable courage. If this capsule history of our progress teaches us anything, it is that man in his quest for knowledge and progress is determined and cannot be deterred. The exploration of space will go ahead, whether we join in it or not. And it is one of the great adventures of all time. And no nation which expects to be the leader of other nations can expect to stay behind in this race for space.
Yeah, I know, right?
Those who came before us made certain that this country rode the first waves of the Industrial Revolution, the first waves of modern invention,
It sounds weird when you
and
see
the
the
first
guys.
wave of nuclear
It
power.
matches up, dude.
And this generation does not intend to founder in the backwash of the coming age of space. We mean to be a part of it. We mean to lead it. For the eyes of the world now look into space, to the moon, and to the planets beyond. And we have vowed that we shall not see it governed by a hostile flag of conquest, but by a banner of freedom and peace. We have vowed that we shall not see space filled with weapons of mass destruction, but with instruments of knowledge and understanding. Yet the vows of this nation can only be fulfilled if we in this nation are first, and therefore we intend to be first. In short, our leadership in science and industry, our hopes for peace and security, our obligations to ourselves as well as others, all require us to make this effort, to solve these mysteries, to solve them for the good of all men, and to become the world's leading spacefaring nation. We set sail on this new sea because there is new knowledge to be gained and new rights to be won, and they must be won and used for the progress of all people. For space science, like nuclear science and all technology, has no conscience of its own. Whether it will become a force for good or ill depends on man. And only if the United States occupies a position of preeminence can we help decide whether this new ocean will be a sea of peace or a new terrifying theater of war. I do not say that we should or will go unprotected against the hostile misuse of space any more than we go unprotected against the hostile use of land or sea. But I do say that space can be explored and mastered without feeding the fires of war, without repeating the mistakes that man has made in extending his writ around this globe of ours. There is no strife, no prejudice, no national conflict in outer space as yet. Its hazards are hostile to us all. Its conquest deserves the best of all mankind, and its opportunity for peaceful cooperation may never come again. But why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? Why, 35 years ago, fly the Atlantic? Why does Rice play Texas? We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win, and the others too.
Great speech, yeah. Yeah, it's good. It didn't really, some parts didn't sink very well, but hey, whatever. It is a good speech. It's a great one. But why are we going to the moon? Are you serious? I just said that a moment ago. History would be very different without that speech. Yeah. Now do the FDR one. on this day, December 7th, 1941, a day which will live in infamy. The Empire of Japan has shamelessly attacked the U.S. forces at Pearl Harbor. I forget what he says. The face is what sells it. But why male models? Are you serious? I just told you that a moment ago. Right. Do you think Americans would have gone to the moon if Russia had beaten them? Yeah, of course. Now do Nixon. Nah, I'm good on the president thing. Tuning in Egypt. Next thing I know, I'm tearing out. That speech, it's so good, man. Your grandfather was 15 in living in Hawaii on that day. Yeah. To quote Administrator Webb after that speech, does anybody else want my job? I am not a crook. I'd cry if there was some inspirational music in the background. Well, you could always play it with the From the Earth to the Moon thing, and yeah. Had to be a man from Mass to give that speech, yeah. Why choose the moon? Why choose this as our goal? Because you, that's why. All right? That's why we're going to do it. Because you. All right? It's the most Boston thing ever. I love it. Yep. It's a great reason. It's a good reason. I like that. Yep. So how does one take a bathroom break on the moon? Well, arguably during the Apollo missions, it was, find a Ziploc bag and promptly poop into it. Yep. Because we can. That's right. Because this challenge serves to organize and measure the best of our skills. Because that challenge is one we are willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win. And the others too. Could they poop while on EVA? No. I mean, you could. Unzip the spacesuit? I'm gonna go ahead and keep going with the space news, okay? Alright, so let's see what we got here. This is coming from Mike Sheets over at CNBC. Let's see. The Boring Company earlier this summer met with Cameron County officials to discuss digging a tunnel so the public can drive under SpaceX's Starship facility during road closures.
It's leaking, so somebody needs to drink it.
that noise, though.
What?
I'm sorry, the noise. Oh my god. It sounds like someone taking a leak. Oh my god, thank you.
Not sponsored, by the way, Chet.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. That was awesome. The noise, though, it was just, it was perfect. Second tweet for the correction. Correction. All right, I'm not going to say that. Just the dead silence then. Correction. The tunnel will not go under the Starship facility, but rather the shipping channel that separates South Padre Island and Boca Chica Beach. Here's a rough... Why though? Because the road. I love it. All these people are saying, "Oh, well, why not build a bridge?" Because I'm pretty sure Elon Musk doesn't own a bridge building company. I'm just saying. The guy has a tunneling company, so he wants the tunnel. Oh, well, why doesn't he build a bridge? Because if he had a bridge building company, he would? I don't friggin' know. Yet. Yeah, I know, right? So the idea is that this right here, see this road behind my melon right here? That's Highway 4. Highway 4 is a public access road. It's a public access road for Boca Chica Beach right here, okay? See this? Over here is South Padre Island and then Port Isabel, okay? There's already a bridge that connects South Padre Island to Port Isabel, and this is like there's like a resort, there's a bunch of high-rise hotels and stuff here. This right here is the Port of Brownsville channel. So if you're going to build a bridge there, and somebody already said it in the comments, but I already know this. If you're going to build a bridge there, it needs to be a tall bridge. Yeah, it needs to be an extremely tall bridge. Port of Brownsville down here scraps aircraft carriers. So, yeah, aircraft carriers aren't small by any means. So building a tunnel actually would be better. And once again, if you want another case example, like we'll take right here, if we go over to Chesapeake Bay, right? The Chesapeake Bay Bridge right here actually is a tunnel. It's a bridge and a tunnel. So it's a road that goes out here, and they didn't want to build well, actually, there's another reason why they didn't want to build a bridge here and why they built a tunnel, other than just getting, well, actually, it basically is getting ships in and out, but they built a tunnel right here. That would be one hell of an engineering project, but they did. Now, the reason why they did that over here in this particular instance is actually not too far off from the same reason. Well, if you had a bridge here, right? You had a bridge right there and a bridge right there, and you're fighting a war against whomever. Right? The idea is that if you have a bridge there, all they got to do is collapse the bridge, and now your ships can't get out. And over here in Norfolk, they keep some pretty mighty big ships. Yeah. So you want to build a bridge and a tunnel. So it's kind of the same case. It's not a far-fetched idea. Actually, building a tunnel would probably be better than building a bridge because of the same reasons. Brownsville scraps those same ships, very similar size. Port of Brownsville down here scraps aircraft carriers. In fact, there's the remains of one right there, and another one right there. And they move oil rigs and all kinds of stuff in there. So, yeah, building a tunnel right here wouldn't be the most far-fetched thing around, to be honest with you. The Port of Brownsville also does oil rig stuff, so they would, yeah. What aircraft carriers are in this picture? Hey, Sean, 11 months, almost to 12. Yep. These aircraft carriers are scrapped because this is a very old picture. Yeah, see, they're gone. They're gone in that picture.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
So that's 60. That's the Saratoga. And I don't know which one that is. Hey, 2020, 29-month resub. I don't know what the other one is. I can't tell. That's a Kitty Hawk class, though. It's a similar ship to that one right there. You can see the hangar deck. It missed. 2020, it missed me. It went around me. So, yeah, not concerned. But anyway, yeah, they want to build one right there so there can be constant public access to the beach so they're not closing down the road. 60 is a Forrestal class. Oh, there you go. I thought I don't know. I'd have to go look. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to, Jaeger. All right, interesting. I mean, that would make sense. Astra. Astra's Apollo fusion thruster ignites on first attempt in orbit with Spaceflight Incorporated. Oh. Cool. Fusion thruster? Yeah, get the acetylene torch out, Tars. On second thought, let's not go to Twitter. 'Tis a silly place. It's fusion in name only. Okay. Fully functional electric propulsion orbital transfer vehicle. Our next-gen Sherpa orbital transfer vehicles were intentionally designed for maximum modularity, flexibility, and rapid development, including offering several innovative propulsion solutions. The successful commissioning and ignition of Apollo Fusion's system paves the way for expanding orbital destinations for small sats and is paramount in achieving our goal of getting our customers' payloads to space whenever they want. Oh, Rune, okay, I did have it right. All right. I also started college yesterday, 2020. All right, so far so good. Great class, but the instructors can't manage time. The instructors can't time manage that well. It's almost like teaching is time consuming or something. You know, it's almost like it takes time and it takes a ton of effort. Let's see them manage 600 people. Boom, got him. I really don't like it when companies intentionally misname things. Don't use the word fusion unless you're knocking nuclei together so hard that they stick. Some interesting Virgin Orbit stuff. You will like the thing on the back. Okay. Let's go here. Let's see what we got. Future Technology Development Roadmap for Virgin Orbit. Attachable side boosters to their Stratolaunch rocket. I don't hate that. Additional reusability, launch stage fully reusable, evaluating potential stage 1 recovery. That's pretty cool. Launcher 2 on the back of the aircraft. Future system potential tripling meaningful performance increase. Okay. Interesting. Burn that plane's back. Yeah, interesting. That's kind of cool. All right, let's see what else we got. So this is coming from Astra again. Don't miss our live stream with NASA spaceflight for LV0006. Launch window opens on August 27, 2021. Visit astra.com/livestream and follow us here for timely updates. Hey. Hey Randy, what's going on? Why does it look like a render? because rockets aren't real, you idiot. Read a book. Person for scale. Yeah, Astra's a small rocket. Astra's entire design of their rocket, this is what their selling point is if you look, the only things that are really connected to the rocket are that fuel truck, the fuel truck over here, and then another trailer with mission control in it. The hangar is just there to support operations. The entire thing, mission control, the trailer, the fuel trucks, everything can fit inside of a TEU, can fit inside a Connix. And they can literally ship the pad anywhere in the world in basically 24 hours. These things can fit into airplanes. They can fit into the back of they can fit into the back of a C-17, a C-5, C-130, and you could literally build the launch site pretty much anywhere. All the GSE, the entire launch pad, everything just fits inside of shipping containers, and that's it. Yep, the rocket, the transporter erector, the pad, all the fuel, mission control, all the support equipment, right there. You're looking at it. That's it. That's what Astra's selling point is. Hey, Joe, what's going on? Can it be launched from a 747? I don't think so. So, that's what their selling point is. Ooh, come on, man. Jeez. That's what their selling point is. Yeah, Space Nerd, kind of like an IRBM, I guess, but it goes to orbit instead. If you can air launch the launch pad, I mean... Is this an inside-out solution to the usual reasons that people think of air launching a rocket? Kind of. But why? DARPA paid them to originally establish that capability tuning, so... I don't know. I don't know. We'll probably never know. I'm getting to it, Vasia. Yep. I'm saving that one for last because that one will cause the most pot stirring, you know. Oh, hi. It seems Guowang test sats launched today. Oh, neat. First of China's 2 launches today. Cool. Dispenser rumors, okay. Plot thickens. 2 different sources are saying that 3 different satellites are aboard. What is Guowang today? What's that? Is that their Starlink, dude? I don't know. Second Chinese launch on the day was Long March 3B at 1541, placing the military TJS-7 satellite in a 197 by 35 816 at 28.5 degrees geostationary transfer orbit. Satellite is likely Qianshao Signals Intelligence Satellite or Huoyang Infrared Missile Warning Sat. Interesting. Is NS-17 going to be crewed? No. Looks like modal testing has been underway for a bit on the Orion testing adapter. Yep. Yeah, Novus, we got that one. Yeah, they're doing the modal testing, and then we get the real thing. Hopefully that modal testing can get done by the end of the month. I think we can... I think they can do it. Vibration tests for the moon rocket help ensure safe travels on the road to space. There's a picture of the modal testing unit and the Orion structural testing adapter on top of the ICPS right there. This is inside of the VAB, the assembly building. Did they already do the umbilical retract tests? Not sure. That face when you realize that this floor right here is like, I don't know, 25 stories up. There's a straight 250 foot drop to the ground that way. The floor is not lava is the end of that sentence. You ain't even near the floor. Reminiscent of the stress testing you did for Chungus. Did you finish that mission? Which one? On the recovery mission? Nah, the recovery mission didn't really work too well. I have to plan better next time. But we can go and get it if you want today. I can go and grab the engine section with the helicopter. It'll take probably an hour. Yeah, tuning. Mm-hmm. Are you still using helicopters for recovery? Yep, yep. Yeah, Space Nerd, no, that's a different test. That feat on the rocket test was testing the vehicle stabilization system. This is a different form of testing. Hey, Shady. Storm treat you alright? It missed completely. Nah, cool, Bono. I'll check that out. Alright. Next bit here. A planned spacewalk outside the ISS on Tuesday was postponed after Mark Vinge was diagnosed with a pinched nerve, which NASA described as a minor medical issue. Uh-oh. I forgot the tag. Alright. Virgin Hyperloop unveils new pod concept. Yep, get the hell off the screen.
Hyperloop is a new form of mass transportation. Hyperloop is a new form of mass transportation that will set the standard for 21st century travel by connecting cities in minutes. It starts with a near vacuum environment inside a tube, which enables high speeds and low power consumption by nearly eliminating aerodynamic drag. Inside that tube, battery-powered pods glide at speeds up to 670 miles per hour, comfortably, safely, and quietly, using our proprietary magnetic levitation and propulsion. After building and testing the world's first Hyperloop system, we are now focused on our commercial product. The key to our product is guided by a design that is elegant through its simplicity, future-proof due to its modularity, and guided by the principles of this century, not the last. To do this, we've moved levitation, power, and propulsion onto the pod. Our proprietary levitation engines make Hyperloop 10 times more efficient than the world's fastest maglev trains today. The engines contain arrays of electromagnets which lift and guide the pod within the track. Hyperloop also supports on-demand service and high throughput by having pods travel in convoys.
Cool.
Unlike train cars, pods are not physically connected, which allows for individual pods to have different destinations. Just like a car taking an off-ramp, pods can split off while the rest of the convoy continues on. The absence of moving parts on the track and the advantage of levitation and guidance on top of the pod allows for high-speed switching and convoying to take place seamlessly. These next-generation innovations not only enable ultra-fast speeds, but provide on-demand, direct-to-destination service, carrying tens of thousands of passengers per hour per direction at airplane speeds with zero direct emissions. Fast, effortless journeys that expand possibilities. This is Virgin Hyperloop.
I hope that's kind of cool. I mean, I hope they do it. That switch and track thing, though. Alright. Yeah, Louiso, right? Yeah. Hyperloops are turbo lifts in the future. Yeah. That's cool, Plunge. Right on. Yeah, that switch and tracks thing is kind of... Those pods feel very much like the ones from a show you know. Yeah. Yeah, Tessa, I don't know about the track switching. I don't know about switching tracks at 670 miles an hour. I don't know if that's a good idea. Personally, I don't think that's. I mean, hey, it's an engineering challenge, and once again, you don't do things because they're easy, right? Interesting though. All right, let's see what we got. We got another one coming from Mike Sheets here. Blue Origin will not deliver the BE-4 oh crap. Blue Origin will not deliver the BE-4 engines for inaugural launch of ULA's Vulcan rocket before the end of the year, CEO Tory Bruno tells Greg Avery Denbiz. Okay. Emphasizing that he needs Blue Origin to diligently work through the plans we have. Why not just send people through the tube? Tory Bruno added that ULA has been able to accommodate the delay, but I'll be straight with you. The dates we've set up for them now, we really don't have the ability to make any big moves after this. We really like the engines. The engines are performing well, and the design has stabilized. Oh, that's good news. And it's now really a matter of getting through the testing program and fabricating the flight engines. It's the end game now. Okay. He made them raptors. Alright, so before everyone's like, oh my god, why didn't Jeff deliver the engines? I'll just reiterate it because this comes up literally once a stream now. So Blue Origin is a little bit behind. Not because they're having problems now, but they've had problems with the past. Turns out building a methyl oxygen-rich staged combustion cycle engine is a little bit difficult, and Blue did have some problems a little while back. They did have some issues. They had some issues with it, probably, I think it was like 2017, 2018. So they had to condense the schedule a little bit. So right now, they're doing overlapping testing. Right? They're doing overlapping testing to be able to hit operational capability by 2022, which was Vulcan's original goal. There's a slight overlap in the testing, as Tory Bruno has said, but the goal is what ULA's cash cow is, which is the national security space launch stuff. And so basically they've been scaling for that the entire time. If it was available earlier, well, that's just a bonus. They're scaling to defense contracts. And having basically the capability up by next year with Blue Origin. That's what Tory Bruno means by the dates that we've set for them. It's not that big of a deal. You're going to run into some problems with the testing, especially when you're trying to build a motor that crazy pretty much right out of the gate. It would be like SpaceX trying to build Raptor after Falcon 1 flew. So it is a little bit harder to scale like that, but you can do it. Blue has done it, and they'll be okay. The other thing to take into account here is that the reason why Vulcan isn't launching this year is because none of the payloads that were scheduled for 2021 for Vulcan were ready to go. So that might lead to some delays with national security launches down the road, and that's why ULA as a backup has asked them to be able to use Atlas V, their remaining Atlas Vs, on for some initial national security missions. That's what's going on. Just Space, I launched my L2 certification this weekend. I present Fillmore. Let me see. Hey. Very nice. Looks like it survived okay. That's cool, man. Very nice, eh?
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Pilot Elite 89 gifted a sub to retired Navy vet. Right on. Thank you. It went to 4,000 feet. Sweet, dude. Awesome. So, Yeah, interesting. So, I mean, like, once again, everybody's trying to play this up as, does Blue Origin suck? Am I right? Like, I'll be honest, it's getting kind of annoying. Like, it's really getting annoying. Like, they're rehashing the same issue over and over and over again every time. And it's a little annoying. I'm not going to lie to you, but hey, it is what it is. It's like, remember when we used to watch the press interviews when Jim was there? And like, he's talking about SLS, and all everybody could ask is, hey, how much is this going to cost? We don't know yet. Hopefully this will lead to cost savings in the future. Yeah, but how much is it going to cost? Well, we don't know. I just said that. I'll be able to get you some numbers down the road. Okay, next question. So how much is it going to cost? Remember that? It's literally the same thing. It's the same thing happening over and over and over and over again. We already know why the BE4s are being delayed. They're being delayed because they had problems during initial development, which is kind of par for the course with any complicated orbital class engine. Hey, Anesthesia's 31-month resub. But how much is it going to cost? Yeah, right? It's just like, okay. All right. Y'all keep bringing this up. Happy flashback or happy space reunion. This felt like a scene out of 2020. But it was a happy moment at the Space Symposium chatting with Jim, Matt, and Irene Klotz. Hey, that's cool. Yeah. It's one hell of a team. Yeah, Just Space. Hey, yeah, but will it delay? But why male models? Yeah. So, guys, like, once again, Tori Bruno has said all this stuff on Twitter. He's been pretty damn straightforward about it. And once again, I don't think he lies. He's self-admitted. He's like, I don't lie. People will figure it out anyway. But how many Lambos in it? It's approximately 47 Lamborghinis. So, yeah, they'll scale for the national security missions, which has always been the goal. Why? Because that's ULA's cash cow. That's always been the goal. The schedule's always been the national security missions. And if something gets done quicker than that, then sweet. You can launch some test missions. But they're scaling for that NSSL contract, which is billions of dollars on the table. Comparatively to like a couple million to launch, some test flights for Vulcan. No. Like, you scale for the big fish. That's pretty straightforward stuff. I got a great answer to that, but how much is SLS going to cost? Nobody's ever going to say it's going to cost more if you try to save $30 billion again. Oh, man. Yeah, and then the press would promptly grill you for being mean to them. Well, snarky response from Seinerd, the NASA administrator, seems to be deflecting the issue. You'd probably get somebody saying that kind of nonsense, you know what I mean? 47 just Lamborghinis. Standard Lamborghini measurements. SLM. Alright, anyway. Next bit here is coming from Gavin Cromwell. Or Gav Cornwell, excuse me, Cromwell. What am I thinking of? A tank? Alright, what's Gav saying? Let's see. A short-follow Gravitas drone ship is preparing to depart the port in the next 24 hours for the CRS-23 mission. This will be the very first mission for SpaceX's new drone ship. A short-follow Gravitas is heading 300 kilometers downrange. Not expecting the voyage to be done autonomously. That's actually not that far downrange for a drone ship landing, but when is CRS-23 launching? CRS-23 9:35 a.m. Oh. Thanks, Jeff. 28th at 3:37 p.m. Oh, God. Why do you do this? Why are you doing this to me? Hey, at least it's not on Monday, right? At least it's not on Monday. Or, yeah, no, Tuesday is fine nowadays. At least it ain't on a Monday. Oh, frick. Blame orbital dynamics? Mechanics more than dynamics, but yeah. Yeah, with that one, yeah, we really don't have a choice now, do we? Look at the Astra launch also. 4 a.m. on the 27th. God damn it. When is Polar Starlink L1 happening at Vandenberg? I have no idea. It's happening at time o'clock, dude. All right. Well, yeah. Damn it. I'm gonna need some sleep. Today and tomorrow, I might need to get some sleep. Oh no. Is that local time zone or my time zone? It's my time zone, Steve-O. Yeah, it's my time zone. I have it set to UTC -4. See it right there? You could just put it straight UTC or your time zone. Yeah. That's gonna suck. That's gonna suck. That's gonna mean a lot of streams. So Thursday's stream is gonna have to go long. Friday's stream is gonna have to go long. Saturday's stream just naturally goes long. Oh, damn. Demand. Oh, frick. Okay. And then we have this on the 26th at 9:30. Oh, no. Oh, okay. All right. That one's going to suck. 26th to the 27th. Racing is all, yeah, racing schedule 27, 28. Yeah, that's gonna really suck. Tomorrow might be a short stream, because going from that to that is really not gonna be okay. That's really gonna suck. But I'll play it by granite. Wait, I don't take it for quartz. Andesite. Yes. Midstream nap. I might have to. You said you wanted rocket launches. Well, here you go. I'm not complaining. It's just going to be tough to balance all this. But we'll figure it out. All right. So, check this out. RGV Aerial Photography had this new picture here of the start of SpaceX's new high bay. They literally are still building this one, and they're just going to build another one. The higher bay. High Bay 2. Electric Buildaloo. Yeah, they are... Yeah. Electric Buildaloo. I don't know what else to say. Like, that means the new one will block the view of the high bay. Man, that thing is big, dude. Yeah, I don't think it's so much gonna... I mean, yeah, maybe. It might. High Bay 2. The high bayoning. You should be able to see in from over here. So if I'm looking at this right... Okay, so there's a road right here, and then 15 and 16 are down here, right? And this picture's orientation is south. South is the top, right? So north is this way. North is down here. Yeah, well, I mean, that footprint, Steve, is big, dude. That's a big footprint. Highway 4 is on the right. What? Sick. Oh, okay. Okay, I see it. It's right next to it. Got it. It's north of the other high bay. They're building it right here. So it's going basically right where my mouse cursor is. So yeah, it won't block the view. Damn. This is a really old picture at this point, which is kind of funny. They also moved 20 over to test stand B the other day, which is, yeah. Still got a lot of things going on with the tiles. Quick disconnect. Yep, quiz no subs mount. They got a pippa. Use your words. I tried and it failed. I tried and it didn't work. I tried. My brain didn't do good. Alright, let's go back up to the top with our Jeep. Bisquick Connect. Yep. BitConnect. What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? BitConnect! Whoa! So this is part of the Quick Disconnect arm. The Bisquick arm. No. This arm is the umbilical that they're going to use to fuel Starship. We had originally kind of thought they were going to fuel Starship through Super Heavy, but and I think they were, but they changed. SpaceX changed their design, and they went with a dedicated umbilical. So GSE-4 test tank, okay. So they moved GSE umbilical. This was moved out to the launch site as well, but yeah, they're also working on the Bisquick arm. the Bisquick arm. The word is not anymore the way it used to be. No, no, no. Oh my goodness. Here, let's take a look at the NSF vid. See what we got here. If that needs greasing, are you going to go up to do it? If you pay me, I will. Vin Hoibles, how are you? Clouds. More clouds. This feels like a Madonna video or something. A ray of light. On subs? Yeah, whatever. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. All I ever hear is crickets. I don't want to hear any more. And I feel like I just got home. And I feel... That's Ray of Light. That's actually, dude, that's a good song. I don't mind that song. What? Chat's just afraid. They're just afraid to admit that they like Madonna. They're just afraid. See? Kirstotoy, you know. You know. Keep the laugh emote in there. Yeah, see, you know. EJ loves Madonna. Actually, I mean, some of the songs are good, dude. Some of the songs I don't mind. To be honest, I'm comfortable in saying that I think some of her songs are good. Most of them are a little too much for me, but some of them I like. Yeah, Plunge, there you go. The propellant subcoolers. That's awesome. Raptors loose, Bandit. Yep. So for the two tanks you see without cryo, the two tanks that you see without cryo shields are for LN2. Bro, look at that dually over there. Hell yeah. Look at this thing. Fire me up. Look at that thing. You can pull the entire toter home with that, man. Look at that thing. How much tire do you want on your dually? Yes. Yes. Speaking of dually trucks, Forza Horizon 5 will have them. Why? 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 Can't believe Cletus wants to sell its mud truck. Doesn't use it, man. Why not? I mean, all right, fair. I think the guy who owns that truck might be compensating. Yeah, compensating for people not having nice trucks. See all these Chevys driving around here, Geeson? That's why he has a Ford. It's because he's compensating. He's compensating for having coworkers that drive around pieces of junk. Turn that one around. Goat him. Do you see any Chevys in this picture? All I see is Dodge, Dodge, Ford, 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 Ford. Yeah, see the Chevy? The Chevy's parked on the side of the road. There's the catcher arm. It's upside down, but that's the catcher arm. Look at that thing. Why is S20 so colorful? Those are pieces of tape showing tiles that have cracked or popped off. For a number of years now, work has been proceeding on the crudely conceived idea of not only launching the booster from the orbital mount, but automatically catching it and putting back on the mount. Such an instrument is the Bisquick encabulator. Yeah, Squish, right? It's crazy. Why did they cut the top off BN3 and just leave the rest? I don't know, Ark. That's a good question. Maybe they needed to inspect something. So NASCAR, which manufacturer has the most wins? Let me check out. Oh, it's Chevy. Yeah. Yeah, Bandit, you're right. Who needed the government to bail them out? Because they have no idea what they're doing? Oh, that was Chevy too. Yeah, that's right. Oh. Funny. Mercedes is better than Chevy and Ford. Now, keep your foreign trash out of this, all right? We're not talking about you. It's not about you. Stay out of it. That's crazy, Thomas. All right. Yeah, aflatoxin, there's a reason why I don't like Chevy. Yeah, 20 seem to have a lot of deformation going on up in this area here. I don't see much bits of tape down here, but that could be because they're slowly replacing the tiles. But you can clearly see from the in the barrel section, which is like the cylindric part of the payload bay, and into the conic section in the nose cone, there's a lot of tiles that cracked. I firmly believe that this is why SpaceX went to stack Starship. A lot of people are like, why are you stacking Starship if it's not ready? You know, why are you doing that? Why would you do it? Oh, geez, Rick. All right, you know, why would you do this? Why would you go to do this? Well, they wanted to see if the tiles would pop off during integration. Because what SpaceX, I believe what they're trying to do here is finalize that thermal protection system. They realized it as a critical point of getting Starship to work, right? And they want to really solve that problem now before they move on to other things. The ship may not like being picked up by the nose. AJ clearly didn't. It clearly didn't. Look at all the deformation. Look at all the tiles that some of them straight up popped off. A lot of them cracked. Look, I mean, it's interesting that stress, the way they picked it up, you get a lot of fractures over here, and like there's not so much in this area, which is strange. Do you think it's because of how much the steel is flexing since there's no fuel tank in that section? There's no bulkheads in that section. Yeah, that's what's going on. You use the right you got the right answer, Bandit, but you used the wrong formula. But yeah, what you're getting at, yeah, this area is hollow, so all the load gets put on the outside. There's no bulkhead to kind of keep everything in line. SpaceX might need to have like a stringer that goes across here, like the external tank or something, especially if you're going to pick it up by these things, but who knows? Yeah, see, all the tiles that are marked with tape are tiles that have deformed or broken or cracked. The different colors of tape indicates either a broken or a cracked tile. They're working on the BizQuick arm here. This is the quick disconnect arm. I firmly believe in, once again, I can't prove it, but I'm pretty sure that SpaceX went over to Brownsville and took some parts off of scrap parts off of an oil rig, and just they're using that to make the quick disconnect arm. Last, please. The nose cone has more strength in the flap area. It makes sense. Yeah, I agreed with you already. What if you slightly pressurize the entire thing while lifting? Well, the payload bay is not pressurized just yet, Halsey, but they definitely have the tanks pressurized, and that's probably why they didn't deform as much. You made cookies. Big Peppo happy. Oh. Bird. Hello, what am I looking at? This is the quick disconnect arm for Starship. Just the QD arm. I called it the Quick disconnect arm a second ago with a Freudian slip because I'm thinking about Mrs. Pancakes. You do know me! No. The quick disconnect arm is designed for fueling Starship when it's on the pad. It's an umbilical arm, but the reason why it looks so weird is because like if the pad is right here, right, and then the tower is right here, the quick disconnect arm, because of the catcher that catches the rocket, needs to be on the front side. This thing, like, it's on the back and it anchors around to the pad. That's why it's L-shaped. It's a hefty piece of equipment, guys. This thing is beefy. I mean, that is a beefy space frame right there. They could be, K-Mirror. I kind of suspected that these parts are scrapped from something else. It could be from Phobos or Deimos, but we looked at pictures of Phobos and Deimos, and I'm not 100% sure that we couldn't find any particular matching parts, right? There's the fuel lines right there. If you see them, fuel lines and then nitrogen and whatever. Give me 1 second. So we weren't able to match any pieces off of the pictures from the rigs came here, but okay, so here's the thing. Why are they yellow? Why are these pieces yellow? It's very clear that these pieces were painted before they started putting the quick disconnect together. And if you're going to do that, why would you paint them yellow? You don't want to paint heavy steel like this. Actually, you would want it to oxidize. You'd want it to rust because that rust would form a protective layer. So that tells me, because these are painted yellow, that SpaceX took them from something. Maybe they bought them scrap. That's SpaceX in a nutshell. They buy stuff wholesale like that all the time and take it apart and use it to make other things. So it's very, 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 very likely that they did. I'm just not sure what they got these parts from. The other thing is that they have parts for the catching arm actuators, the thing that makes the catching arm on the tower go up and down. Those parts were lifted from the oil rig. I don't see why these parts wouldn't be either. So I don't know. It's just a guess. It's just a guess that these parts might be from Phobos and Deimos, but it's very clear that they weren't painted yellow for this purpose. You know what I mean? Because look at every time they've gone to weld something. See that they're welding something right there, and they clearly linished back the paint because you need metal to weld it. See these little rings right here? That looks like a ring of rust. Well, that's where they welded it, and then they let it oxidize over to protect it. Even the brackets, which were not parts of the oil rig, they did the same thing there. So I don't know, man. These parts must come from they're coming from something. They were used for something else before they used them for a quick disconnect arm. I don't know what though. There's part of the catching rig right there. That's the pivotal part. So this piece right here is going to be on a trolley that goes up and down. Well, this is the trolley that goes up and down here. And then this right here is the quick disconnect arm. This is going to pivot off of that thing, which is going to be something to see. How is EJ doing today? Doing okay. If that pipe was once intended to be buried, it's not paint, it's anti-corrosive coating. Could be. But yeah, I mean, that too. But yeah, see, there's the pivot point right there. This is going to be insane. This is going to be insane. It looks like they started running conduits up the tower too, and fuel lines right there. See those two white pipes right there? Fuel lines. You know, I can tell they're fuel lines. They're insulated.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
The white on the pipe is the insulator, and you can see that those fuel lines will attach to the quick disconnect right there. See? Also insulated. So that's a methane and a liquid fuel line for Starship right there. Hypersonic, 35-month resub. Bird. Yep, it looks like they installed all the conduits and all the fuel lines there. So this is, let's take a look. You should see two main fuel lines going in. So that one right there is liquid oxygen. That one right there is methane, the smaller one. Smaller one's methane. You don't need as, because they run very oxidized, well, not oxidizer rich, but Starship has a bigger oxidizer tank than it does methane tank, just because of the right fuel ratio for methane. So the big line is oxidizer. That's liquid oxygen. That's liquid methane. Right here could be a gaseous nitrogen line right there, or it could be the methane recirculator. It could be the gaseous methane line going back to the fuel farm right there. See that? I'm not sure. It is a similar diameter to the LOX line, but who knows? Yeah, see the people for scale. These lines aren't small. You could put a basketball down that thing. And then over here are conduits and probably nitrogen lines or something. They probably, I mean, they probably inert Starship when it's on the ground with nitrogen. You found a very close-up picture of the oil rig that SpaceX owns. Yep, yep. It's big. It's a big one. Ah, wunderbar. Brimo! Brimo! Das Auto, ja? Das Auto. Ist gut, ja? Das ist gut, ja? Nice, Gießen. Third line is probably the liquid nitrogen. Sehr gut, ja, ja. Ich liebe das Auto, ja. Is Vander visiting Elon? Beach buggy? Yeah, yeah, yep. Leibe, not Leibe? Leibe, not Leibe. Yeah. See all the Chevys are parked over here. Chevy, Chevy, Chevy. There's one Ford right there, but most of the Fords are actually doing work. Look at all these Chevys parked. Look at all these brodozers parked in the damn parking lot. Look at all these Chevy brodozers. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I see the Mercedes over there. It's a, what is that? An E350? Yeah, whatever. That's because the brains drive the Chevy. I doubt it. Come on, Chad. What is it? Reißgeschlussverfahren. Reißgeschlussverfahren. The zipper maneuver. Yeah, the smart car. We can just ignore the smart car, Maddie. V-dubs representing Deutschland. Oh, cool. Reißverschlussverfahren. Yeah. Some of the cookies burn. Deutsch Qualität? Oh, look, another Chevy parked doing nothing. Yeah, unit. That's why the things found on. That's why Fords are found on road dead all the time, because they're the only ones doing all the work. They don't even bother trying to use the Chevy because they know it'll break. Mercedes will not make any more V8s for model year 22 except for the S-Class because chip shortage. Ew. I don't see Fords as supercharged to do an all-wheel drive truck. RB, that never... Your Cyclone never came with a V8 in it, dude. It came with a V6. Yes, Merckx drove the Chevy to the levee, but the oil pan was dry. Interesting. Okay, there's the Dinglebop right there. You absolute fool! 2021, you fool! Yeah, whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, the flock of seagulls. Down, 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 down. Shake it down, break it down, round. I walk along on Highway 4. I never thought I'd seen a ship like you. Flying chip thieves. Indeed. Rats with wings, Tessa. My Duramax has been running great since 2013. Pulled forward without even trying. Yep. Typical Chevy propaganda. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. I'll be over here doing work while you... Nah, Duramaxes are alright. The truth is, unit, just okay. This is just for in case anybody doesn't know me. Anything that makes power, I really don't care. I don't give a crap what it is. I just like giving Chevy guys crap. It's just fun to do. What work? Ford do work, really? Hey, someone's got to do it. This one is not for flight, and you shouldn't use it. You can tell because of the way it is. Duramaxes are good motors, but you know what? Like, you know who makes the best diesel? Cummins. Cummins makes the best diesel. Duramaxes are probably in a close second. If you really want to know the power strokes, they're good at something. I'm sure they're good at something. I don't know what that is, but your Chevy Colorado just broke down on your power steering, popped out, and now it's locked. Ooh. The Cummins is the... Ooh, look, there's the new nose cone. Cummins is beast mode, man. It's called Power Smoke for a reason. It's not the best. Yeah, see, they've decided to, instead of making the nose cone out of sheets that were cut this way, cut horizontally, they just rolled out a sheet of steel, cut it in kind of a trapezoidal shape, and then put a bunch of them together. That's what the new nose cone is. You're actually saving a lot of mass doing this. And I'll bet you that it's actually stronger if you put some internal stringers in there. Yeah, little cuts up the top. Interesting. What are you looking at, smooth cone?
Discovery, go at throttle.
Demon, 56-month resub. Thanks, man. And Demon, don't do it. I did it. I'm sorry. It's fine, though. Did it, and I'm like, yeah, I don't need to do this anymore. And then I went back to Starbase. Trapezoids. Did you see the crew cabin mock-up in Tim's vid? That had me hot and bothered. The crew cabin mock-up? You did it twice. I saw it. Yeah. I don't care. I was like, man, all right, I'm done. The white one, French. Yeah, we've seen that before. Did they show inside of it? I forget. Yeah, I think they just walked by it. Yeah. There was nothing in it? Yeah. Of course they do, Smirks. It's still way too early, but I really want to see what they do for the version that's supposed to open up, if they're even still doing that. Van, we saw them. Thomas, can you get us the prototype picture, the Pathfinder picture, so Van can see? Van, I don't know if you remember a little while back, I said that they're not going to go with the Pac-Man fairing. I don't think they're going to do that. That's a really bad idea for trying to rapidly put payload in on the ground, because the thing is going to have to basically go all the way. Like if this is Starship, right? And you have your chomper fairing, it's going to need to rotate all the way down, and then you're going to have to, like, that doesn't make any sense. Sliding that thing all the way around like that, that's a pain in the butt. They're going to go with shuttle-style doors. And we saw a Pathfinder the other day. SpaceX put together a barrel segment, a payload bay barrel segment, and a nose cone, and they cut space shuttle-style payload doors into it. So doors like this. Doors that open up like this, or like this, not like this. These are not the doors of a billionaire, Elon. These are not the doors of a billionaire. Screw you! Screw you, chat! So, yeah, I think they're going to go with shuttle-style payload bay doors, but that's... Could be. Chat. See this? See what I got here? It's called tres comas. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means in English? 3 commas. It means 3 commas. We'll drink to rebillionizing. To rebillionizing. To rebillionizing. This guy's spaces. See that guy right there? That's the guy in the room that's doing all the spacing. Fluent Spanish almost. Yo hablo español un poco más. Un poco más. El carro es rojo. Okay. Yeah, Van, it's gonna be pretty big. Dude, we were doing some calculations out. Skylab could fit inside of Starship's payload bay. Skylab. If you took the Apollo telescope mount off, it could fit inside. See. Okay. English, please. Okay. The car is red. Yeah, Skylab could fit in here. So like the payload bay pretty much runs from about here to about here, give or take. Actually, it's more like right here. See where those ridges are right there? It's from there all the way to there. Skylab could fit inside of it, dude. It's about half the size of the external tank. It's a big payload bay, man. If I were to buy KSP, should I go for all the DLC? They make the game more fun, but you don't need them to play. Someone needs to convince SpaceX to make Skylab too. Oh, Van, yeah. You haven't learned about Depot Starship. Yeah, don't worry, they're already working on that. So there's a okay, Van, like, all right. Trying to think of an example that we'd know. Okay, so you have an EG hatch, Civi hatch, right? And then there's the sedan, right? And then there's the coupe. They all share the same parts, right? But they're different. They're slightly different variants of the same chassis, right? But they're all the same, right? First of all, I still like EGs because I grew up in the early 2000s. Those are cool. Starship's gonna be like that, dude. It's gonna be like the Air Force planes that have a tanker variant and then a passenger variant and then a cargo variant. And then SpaceX supposedly, once again, I don't have a concrete source for this, but there's literally nothing else that this could be. They're going to have a depot variant, okay? So what SpaceX is gonna do is when they want to send Starship out to the moon, they want to do Lunar Starship, right? What they're going to do is they're going to send up, the first thing they'll send up is a depot Starship. And a depot Starship is basically an on-orbit station. It's a Starship that's basically just an on-orbit station that's designed to hold fuel in it. That's it. It's literally a fuel dump space station. And then what they're going to do is they're going to send up the Starship tanker variants and just keep fueling up the depot. Keep fueling up the depot. With however many times that needs to happen. And then they're going to send Lunar Starship up. Lunar Starship docks with the depot, refuels, and then Lunar Starship goes out to the moon. They're working on some type of space station variant for Starship. And then when Lunar Starship goes out to the moon, the depot will come back down and it'll land. It is some type of space station fuel dump thing. We don't know much about it, but that's what SpaceX has planned on doing. So there is a depot variant. It's almost like a Skylab variant, I would guess. Like, I don't know if there's going to be people on it. Probably not. But yeah, depot ship was confirmed via a Gwen quote. There you go. So, I mean, Van, I wouldn't see it as too much of, like, taking that depot Starship and literally just making it into a space station. You know, like, it's literally a space gas station. It's pretty cool. Does adding a cargo bay to Starship lower its range or anything? It depends. It depends on how much mass you're adding, Evil. I mean, without a payload bay, you're not going to be able to put anything in space. It would be sick if they could send alongside a passenger starship, but then dock once in transit. It could make the journey much easier. I mean, I guess. I think that's like kind of a baseline thing, dude, and I think it's going to happen in higher orbit if I'm thinking about it right, but who knows? How many cranes do you want? Yes, precisely. Oh, I see what they're doing. They have the quick disconnect. Here, back it up. They have the quick disconnect over here. And then the two catcher arms they're building like this. See how this one has that diagonal going out, and then you have your truss structure right there, the triangulated space frame? And then there's another one over here. The two quick disconnect arms are kind of butted up against each other. Or the two catcher arms, and then the quick disconnect is over there. And it's just lying on its side, kind of oriented like that. So the two catcher arms are like this in this picture, and then the quick disconnect is like that. It's pointed over there. All these arms are L-shaped. Well, kind of L-shaped. These are L-shaped on a different axis, but you get the idea. Bisconnect! Bisquick connect! Wefrel, 14-month resub. You are a taco. Yes. I count 14, yep. See, here, down here, see this thing? That was lifted off of the oil rig. We know that was lifted off of the oil rig. That's the, oh, forgive me. I forget the name. This is something that it's a winch. It's a winch mechanism that works on the crane, but I don't know what it's called. Or it works on the oil rig, but I don't know what it's called. I don't know my oil rig nomenclature very well, to be honest with you. This, both of these things were lifted off of the oil rig. That's why I'm like the quick disconnect arm is kind of suspect. You know, I'm like, yeah, it's kind of sus. Oh, a NOV ADS 300 Drawworks hoist is installed on the right side. Yeah. Yeah, there's the name of it, but I don't know what it does or where it goes on the rig, Space Nerd. Like, there's knowing the name of it. And then there's knowing what it does. What would you say you do here? Look, I deal with catching the starship, so the ground doesn't have to. I have catching skills. I am good at catching starships. Don't you understand that? What the heck is wrong with you people? So you physically take the starship from landing to the launch pad. What? Yes. No. Well, sometimes it lands next to it, and then, you know, or it's faxed. What would you say you do here? So Mystery isn't going to catch it then, eh? Pretty sure if Starship tried to land on Mystery or Mischief, it would rip the ship in half. It would just... whoop! And it would probably make that noise, too. And that's going to be something else, seeing that thing land. Well, that one ain't going to land there, but... You sunk my fairing catcher. Yeah, see, the two arms are like this. And then the quick disconnect is pointed over there. These things, right, when they're upright, will be working like this. The quick disconnect, which is pointed that way, will, like, if those arms are like this, right? the quick disconnect is sideways, and it's going to work like this. Does that make sense?
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Crooked Eyes, I won't, yeah, I won't say that on stream. Funny, but I won't say that on stream. Thanks for the $5. You're not making fun of my crazy eyes, are you? Alright. That was good, man. Alright. And as always, this video is brought to you by NASA Spaceflight. Thanks for them over there. So, that's what's kind of going on with Starship. Now, I usually end on Starship. However, there is an Ars article. I know, relax. There is an Ars article today that probably is worth mentioning. So, check this out. First images of Blue Origin's Project Jarvis test tank. They've also installed a lot of Raptors on Booster 4. Sweet. The reason I like vertical landing is because it scales so well. That's a word from Jeff Bezos. He said that after NS16. Oh, wait. Hold on. Alright, that's enough. So, let's go. So this is an Ars article coming from Eric Berger. Let's see what we got here. On Tuesday, Blue Origin used a modular transport to roll out its first stainless steel test tank to Launch Complex 36 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. This tank is part of the company's efforts under the codename Project Jarvis to develop a fully reusable upper stage for Blue Origin's New Glenn rocket. Ars revealed the existence of this effort last month, and we are now publishing the first photos of their tank prototype. A source at Blue Origin said this tank could start to undergo a series of tests to determine its strength and ability to hold pressurized propellants as soon as next month. Although Blue Origin has not publicly discussed this effort to build a reusable upper stage for the New Glenn rocket, sources said the company's primary goal is to bring down the overall cost of New Glenn. The vehicle's large upper stage, which has a 7-meter diameter and 2 BE-3U engines, is costly. Making New Glenn fully reusable is necessary for Blue Origin to compete with Starship. That's awesome, Remo. That's amazing. The tank prototype is one aspect of the reusable upper stage program, and the other aspect is selecting and finalizing a design for the second stage. Both of these projects, operating within Blue Origin's Advanced Development Programs Unit, are making progress. Project Jarvis encompasses the tank program, which is intended to rapidly prototype a propellant tank to withstand the rigors of multiple launches and re-entries. The company's engineers are studying the use of stainless steel as a material for these tanks, as SpaceX has chosen to do with its Starship booster and upper stage. Stainless steel is cheaper and better able to withstand atmospheric heating during re-entry. Yeah, but it's about 5 times heavier than composite. What is that word? In an effort to move quickly and test whether SpaceX's iterative design philosophy can be mimicked, Blue Origin founder Jeffrey Bezos has empowered the engineers leading Project Jarvis to innovate in an environment unfettered by rigorous management and paperwork processes. This has led to rapid development of the tank rolled out on Complex 36 on Tuesday. At the same time, another team has been studying 3 different approaches for the design of a re-entry vehicle. One is to fit the upper stage with large wings so that it would look and function something similar to a space plane, separating the first stage, delivering its payloads, and then returning on a runway. Oh God, please make a space shuttle. Please make a space shuttle. Jeff, I need this. Please do it. Please do that. Make the space shuttle. Just bring the space shuttle back. God, please do that. Oh, that would be dope. That would be dope. That would be dope. Please do that. Okay, all right, moving on. All right. In the past, Bezos has expressed doubts about wings. Some people like wings, he told ours during a factory tour in 2016. Some people like parachutes. None of these are bad. Sorry, I can't do a good Jeff impression. The reason I like vertical landing is because it scales so well. With wings, they scale pretty well to a certain size, but they end up being a lot of dead weight to carry. I mean, have you tried just making a bigger rocket? Oh, wait, he actually has done that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. The second approach involves using an aerospace. Fudge you. The second approach involves using an aerospike engine that would double as a heat shield to SERV. SERV. Holy shnikes. Holy. That's SERV. Oh, God. Oh, don't do this. Don't make me like you. Oh, that's amazing. Please do that. Do it. Do it. You won't. Put your back into it. This approach has promise, but it would likely necessitate the design and construction of a new engine, which would be an expensive and time-consuming process. No, it would not. You just point your engines inward. What is SERV? I thought you'd never ask. Chrysler service. Nice. Chrysler SERV was Chrysler's bid for the Space Shuttle program. Literally, it's a first stage that you could put a shuttle on top of that was kind of like the Dream Chaser, right? And then it has a payload bay in behind it. It's a separate vehicle from the shuttle, so it could move cargo or crew into space. And it's a pod-shaped first stage that has a gigantic freaking aerospike down at the bottom. And that aerospike serves as the heat shield. And then it has a bunch of retractable panels that open and close. And when they close, they become the heat shield. When it's open and the engines are firing, it's an aerospike engine. Doesn't Chrysler make cars, though? There was a time... I mean, Dunpeel, there's a reason why I like old American stuff. Because there was a time where the big three, Chrysler, Chevy, and Ford, they didn't care. They didn't care what it was. NASA contracts? Screw it. Let's bid for it. Ford built the consoles in Mission Control for the Apollo program. The consoles, the big consoles that you see all the flight controllers on. Ford built those. Chevy built the Lunar Rover. Chrysler built the first stage for the Saturn I. Oh, yeah. No, yeah. I think that's cool. They weren't afraid to just go and build like a bit of freaking rocket. Screw it. We already have the industrial base to do that. Why not? No, wow. SERV is mentioned and Rocket Guy shows up. Just point the engines inward. Rocket Guy, why not? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I don't know how they're going to do that with with New Glenn, but here, let's keep going. The final approach is similar to Starship. Land a vehicle vertically using a combination of flaps and propulsive burns. This appears to be the leading contender among the three approaches, and Blue Origin is expected to make a final decision before the end of this year. Regardless of the final design, the propellant tanks for each of the three designs would be cylindrical, allowing Project Jarvis team more to move ahead with its development program. Sources indicated that the construction of the test tank has proceeded much more rapidly than other programs at Blue Origin, which may validate Bezos' experiment with rapid iterative development. Jeff wants to heavily emphasize the ferocitor in our motto now, said one of Blue Origin's, one source said of Blue Origin's motto. All right. So Trevor took these pictures. Let's take a look. Trevor Malman took these pictures. Let's see what we got. Time to spin up the 3D printer. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Yeah, I should probably do that. Nice, John. Watch this. Yep, that's Hayes Gray Arts thing. I know. Yeah, we've showed that many times, dude. I want to see this. Oh, shoot, man. Why do people hate on these companies making designs similar to SpaceX? I don't know. Because people are notoriously short-sighted and they don't understand that there's only so many good ways to do things, I guess. I don't know, man. I mean, look, if Blue Origin's going to work on making a Starship competitor, am I supposed to hate that? Like, Relativity's working on a reusable vehicle now. Blue Origin's supposedly working on a reusable vehicle now. SpaceX is leading the way in that regard. I mean, are we supposed to be upset here, or are we supposed to be mad, or like, I don't. Rumored that this rapid development is also due to Bob Smith not being allowed to touch anything related to the program. Yeah, it's a rumor, but yeah. Yeah, Pharaoh, I'm mad that there isn't more. I'm with you on that one, dude. Like, bro. I'm so malding over more rockets. Rocket guy, yeah, I'm so upset about this. Look, if Blue Origin ends up pulling like a Saturn shuttle, I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be pretty happy about that. Can you imagine if New Glenn turns into something like this? Here, hold on. Because you got to remember, Blue Origin is not necessarily about going back to the moon. It's not necessarily the case, or going to Mars, or going wherever. Blue Origin's all about establishing a vital connection point in space. So building a shuttle-style lifter actually is not in their worst interest. That's actually what they should do. It's about building a chain into space, not necessarily building a chain to Mars like what SpaceX's stated goals are. So, them making a shuttle might not be the worst idea, man. I'm trying to find a picture. What if it turned into that? One of the shuttle concepts here, with like a flyback New Glenn first stage, and then an upper stage that's kind of half shuttle, half external tank. Sure, but Blue Origin is so slow that a project like this is just not believable. And you guys have one hell of a capability to be able to, you know, look at that article that I just read and say that, but alright, sure. You wanted andesite the other day. I've got 2 shuttle boxes worth with your name on it. Where do I deliver them? Put them in Yotel, Magus, in my Yotel building. Just put them on the first floor. I'll take care of it from there. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's really freaking cool, actually. I'm pretty happy about this. Imagine if they got something like this. 1 test tank is not anything. Put actual hardware on the pad and I'll believe it. I guess that's fair. Once again, dude, I'm like, okay, usually I'm like, talk is cheap, right? With any other spaceflight company, that's the case. But with Blue, I'm not necessarily like that. Just for the, and you guys could say like, oh, you know, that's not really how that works. I mean, but the reason why I'm like that with Blue is because, you know, I think it would be stupid to say that They don't have capital behind what they're saying. Like, if, you know, if some random rocket company says we're going to make a reusable rocket, I'd be like, okay, with whose money are you going to do that with, right? When are we going to see some flight hardware like what you're saying? With Blue, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, because one thing that they do have is a lot of money. Yeah, they have a lot of that. Yeah, that's true. I mean, Rocket, that doesn't take away from the lawsuit thing. The lawsuit thing is kind of annoying, but, you know, everybody's getting all pissed off at him, right? But if that lawsuit goes through and NASA is forced to fund 2 landers, there's, you know, bad news first. That could mean it delays 2024 more than it already is. But if we get 2 landers for that, I'll take the trade. You still need to have concrete deadlines, so that's really important. But also at the same time, if that forces NASA's hand and makes them fund 2 landers, and, you know, they can get the funding for it, you know, that's a stretch right there. But if that's the case, that could prove to be a more sustainable program in the long run. Honestly, it makes sense. Jeff steps down at Amazon to focus exclusively on Blue Origin, and suddenly a new rapid iteration design team shows up there, which isn't beholden to Blue Origin's normal procurement and financial rules. I don't know, Bauxy. I mean, Blue Origin will probably end up self-funding it. I'll bet you they will. They've already stated that they wanted to do that, so. Huh. Huh. I thought Elon won the contract fair and square. Well, that's what they're contesting. They're contesting that it was a fair judgment. Now, I know everybody's going to be like, of course it was fair, but we'll wait and see. I hope so. I hope NASA crossed the T's and dotted the I's, because if they didn't, they're in some trouble. The test tank size comparison with Starship. This is coming from Dylan Semrau. Let's see what we got. So I guess we might have finally found out what metallic encapsulated ceramic tiles are for that Blue patented a couple of years ago. Yep. Dude, that's crazy. Never would I have thought 10 years ago that we would be pissed off at one company for copying another company for building a freaking space shuttle. I mean, this isn't, you know, the world's not in a good place right now. It's kind of, things are a little messed up, but the space though, the space is, it's very, very good. I mean, Blue Origin is at least 3 years behind. I think you guys are drastically underestimating Blue Origin's resources here. Picture of the OGIV panels on the launch escape shield. Oh, yes, I will see that. Thank you very much. Healthy competition. Yeah. Hey, well, Blue Origin's just trying to make sure that it is healthy. Guys, I'm telling you, this isn't anything new. SpaceX has done this many times. Nobody batted an eye when SpaceX did it with the Air Force. You know, it's just like, look, you cannot like that. You cannot like what Blue Origin's doing with protesting this. That's fine. You don't have to like it. But just be cognizant of the people that are going to use this to dump on Jeff Bezos. Just look, man, a guy's willing to throw billions of dollars. He stated it in a letter to NASA that he's willing to throw billions of dollars at moving things into space. Like, And I don't know about you with stated intent, but that guy is, if he says he's going to do something, if Jeff says he's going to do something, I'm inclined to believe him. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. The moon is much more important than defense, and moon had deadlines. Yeah. Yeah. You have 2 billionaires funding. What's the advantage? SpaceX just has 10 years of flight experience advantage. I'd take that all day, every day. Yeah. And then Blue Origin poached a lot of their engineers for New Glenn. I mean, they bought the engineers with the flight experience, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't underestimate their capability, dude. I've been saying this for years, man. People don't listen to me. Guys, I know folks that work there. And dude, the resources are, I mean, bro, it's an endless money pit, dude. It's a bottomless pit of funding. Like, and a lot of poached engineers left. Oh, guys, man, you guys fall for this stuff. Hook, line, and sinker. All right, fine. Screw it. Yeah, sure. I mean, sure. That's fine. Yeah, they're going to be 10 years behind. Sure. Okay. Yeah. Dudes, I mean, yeah, I get it. It's easy to say that right now, but I'm telling you, watch now that, I'm pretty sure last time Jeff Bezos took personal control of a company, he became the richest man in the world. The guy is not exactly known for underachieving. I'm just putting it out there. But all right. Okay. Sure. And I've been saying it, Miguel. Come on, Jeff. Get him. Tara. Hey, it's fine. Like, guys, you're getting confused. I'm not like just, being a blind Blue Origin supporter. You guys don't understand. I want more rockets. I will say whatever needs to be said to get more rockets. I want more of those. So I'm rooting everybody on. I have no side. My side is space. And we're gonna get more rockets. Hercules. Come on, Jeff. Get him. I can fly. I'm a pilot. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. These next couple of years are gonna be good. Yep. I know it's a different field, but in my influence, $100 of $1 billion. Where did that get him? Oh, I mean, I don't know why you would waste. I mean, Dumbfield, I'll tell you what, if I had money, I wouldn't be wasting it on freaking politics. That's for sure. What? At least engineering gets you something. ULA may actually be the best. Depends on what you look at for the measure of effectiveness. Yeah, right. But you have to choose a side. Yeah, my side is space. I don't think the demographic for space is big enough to be picking sides, and I think anybody that tries to force that us versus them mentality is very short-sighted. That's really stupid. That's a really stupid way of looking at this. It's that kind of mentality that got Project Constellation canceled, and we ended up trending backwards, not forwards. That could happen again, and I'm trying to safeguard as much as I can to not have that happen again. All right? Because you don't want to experience that as a space fan. It's not fun. But EJ, SpaceX is 10 years ahead. All right? That's fine. Yeah, that's great. I mean, okay. Sure. They're 10 years. Yeah, right? They're 10 years ahead. Like, I'm on Team Space, dude. I want more rockets, not less. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's SLS. I don't care if it's Starship. I want more rockets. There's no way that someone's going to convince me at this particular point in time that more rockets is bad for spaceflight. Don't get me wrong. That's subject to change. You don't want oversaturation of the market. But here's the thing. We're in a very unique scenario where we're not talking necessarily about market oversaturation in the demand for rocket launch vehicles. If anything, the high demand for rockets and what's spiking, like in terms of growth, is the small sat launch market. These rockets right here, Starship, New Glenn, Falcon 9, SLS, those types of rockets are the rockets that are going to push humans out into space. We're talking about building the market for commercial and public exploration of the moon and Mars. In that type of regard, there's no market for that. So you have to make a market for it. So the fact that we have Elon and Jeff throwing their weight at building, I mean, Elon's going ham, and you guys are right. He's been going ham for 10 freaking years on this project. More than that, I mean, SpaceX is 19 years old. He's been foot on the freaking plaid gas pedal for 20 years on this stuff. And yeah, it's gonna take Blue a little bit of time to catch up to them, but it's not like Blue doesn't have the resources already available either. But I digress. The whole point is that in terms of the market for moving people into space, not just launching small satellites, which is where growth is right now, this is a place where you're gonna need competition. That competition can bring the price down of sending people into orbit. Just like, Virgin Galactic and Blue Origin with New Shepard, they're kind of duking it out right there for commercial suborbital launches, right? This kind of thing could happen in the future, and we could end up having space rockets flying into space like airfare, and it will lower the price like crazy. And that at that point, when the prices are really low, oversaturation could be an issue, but it ain't going to be an issue for a long time. So right now, for the time being, in terms of launching people into space and living and working in space, more rockets to launch people into space and do that is better for the space flight economy. This is economics 101. Having resources doesn't equal using resources. All right, stay skeptical then. That's fine. I mean, actually, I'm basically giving a lot of good reasons why you shouldn't do this, and you're saying, no, I'm going to do it anyway. But that's all right, dude. Healthy skepticism is fine. Delivered. I feel that you... Okay, cool. Megas, thank you. I appreciate it. Gas pedal kind of makes no sense for electric vehicles. That's all you got out of that, Space Nerd? That Teslas don't have a gas pedal? Out of that whole thing? That's all you got, was Teslas don't have a gas pedal? Really? That's all you got out of that, man? God damn it! I understand, Boxy. That's fine. Accelerator pedal, man. Shoot. The juice pedal. Give it the beans. That's all you got out of that, man? Crap. Ludicrous pedal. Thomas, what's your last? Let me see. Anyway, the next Starlink is launching in a couple of weeks with the first of the next-gen satellites. SpaceX is also having a shortage of two things, which are chips and locks. I have this already open here. Let's see. They have a clutch, though, right? No, it's continual mesh drive because electric motor. Hey, Mab, what's going on, man? SpaceX's Gwen Shotwell says the company's next Starlink launch with a new generation of satellites is roughly 3 weeks. 3 weeks? 3 weeks? All right. Oh, it was, close enough. The 2+ month hiatus in dedicated Starlink missions is because we wanted the next sat to have the laser terminals on them. Okay. Been back in lockdown for a week, getting really bored. Yeah, man. Yeah, I know. It's gonna suck. But yeah, I hear you. I hope we don't have to do that, but hey, yeah, no, that's... It is what it be, dude. Michael Sheets has a bunch of tweets covering the talk. Sheets tweets. Yeah, Allie, I know, man. Let's see. The new plant I helped make can make 300 tons of locks a day. Come to Florida. In Florida, we don't care. Florida man. Yeah, I mean, Rocket Guy, I mean, even up in Massachusetts, dude, it's pretty clean. Everybody just stays away from each other. Like, if you go in the grocery store, people aren't going to, like, butt up against you or anything, you know what I mean? So, it ain't too bad, but I guess, you know, I get to sit here at home all day and do, you know, just, I'm here. So, maybe my perception of it is not how it should be. They don't think it be like it is, but it do. All right? That's what I'm trying to tell you. You got the pokes, you ain't scared. There you go. What is the new space news? I hear Rocket Lab's going to go to Mars. Yeah. Yeah. We're finishing up with SpaceX right now. But, Mab, here, check this out. Let me get your mind off things. I'm going to show Mab this thing, guys. So, check this out. So, this is Blue Origin's launch pad down at the cave. This is Complex 36. They rolled out with a stainless steel prototype. Because supposedly, and keep in mind this is coming from ours, so I don't know, take it with a grain of salt. But, I mean, the picture doesn't lie. The picture don't lie, dude. Look. Stainless steel. They're working on a reusable upper stage. They're going to make a Starship competitor. It's totally a water tower. I mean, probably. I mean, it's just a grain silo. Yeah. So, once again, this is coming from ours, dude. So, I don't know. Literally, Eric wrote like a 5,000 word thing about it and did not cite a single concrete source. It was all sources say. But, once again, the proof is in the pudding, dude. The picture doesn't freaking lie, right? Like some people. No. sorry. No. I think he's on the buck on this one. I think he's right. They're working. Apparently, like, Jeff has gone, you know, since he stepped down from Amazon, he's going full ham, and he's saying, like, look, all right, the way I had us doing things before ain't working. So let's start on building reusable stages, and I'm going to personally oversee this. And then they switched to rapid iterative for this project, supposedly. So I like pudding. Yeah, me too, man. So this is an upper stage for New Glenn. Yeah, Squish. Blue is gonna, dude, like, oh man, I know it's Blue Origin, I know that people hate them, that the lawsuit is a big pain in the butt, but god dang, dude, 2 starships, 2 redundant, dissimilar, fully reusable, like, something just fell off my desk. I don't know what it was, but, bro! We're getting 2 super heavy, fully reusable launch vehicles, man. How can people not get excited about this? But where are the engines? They're working on it. Give them some time. But 2. Don't you think that since SpaceX is making more money from Elon Starlink in satellite launches, it gives them better funding than Blue Origin Jeff Bezos? And SpaceX probably going to be cheaper for NASA? Now, Gia, that's actually a pretty interesting question. That's a good point. I think NASA wants redundant, dissimilar architecture. I mean, and here's the thing. Jeff Bezos, like I said this already, but I'm saying it again for Mab, so I'm kind of just rehashing what I just concluded. Because, yeah, Ozzy, you guys gotta get your mind off that crap, dude. You don't focus on getting cabin fever; it'll make it worse. So let's talk about this. So Graham, that's actually a good question. Yeah, it's possible, but we already see the results of that. If one contractor thinks that there's favoritism, they're going to contest it, as they should, and we already see that with Blue Origin contesting HLS. NASA has stated that they want 2 landers, but they've also stated that they can't afford it. So there's been stated intent from Jeff Bezos to fund a human landing system project out of pocket. Honestly, Najee, if I'm gonna say it, I'll just go ahead and say it. You guys can think I'm nuts, but here I'll just go ahead and say it. Jeff Bezos has deep pockets. All right, he has frigging deep pockets. He could build a Starship Killer. If anybody in this world can build something that to compete with that thing, it's him. And I'm sorry, you ain't gonna convince me that having, you know, 2 fully reusable heavy lift launch vehicles is gonna be worse than 1. You know? Like, so the other thing to take into account is that Jeff Bezos, since I think it's 2018, has been cashing shares of Amazon to the tune of $1 billion a year to personally fund Blue Origin. That means Blue Origin's funding over the last 5 years is over $5 billion. That is more than enough to build a super heavy launch vehicle. That's more than enough. That's what I mean about having the resources, dudes. They have the resources. They have the cash, man. Like, that, as long as you get somebody remotely in there that knows what they're doing, and people are going to be like, but Bob Smith doesn't know what he's doing. Yeah, okay, sure. I mean, everybody here knows Bob Smith, right, is the CEO of Blue Origin, but they have no idea that he worked on the space shuttle program in space shuttle upgrades for like 30 years before that. Yeah. Everybody forgets that part. Give me the cash. Yeah, come on, no, give me the cash. Give me the cash. It's a nice hat. You like that? Ah! That's awesome and soul destroying at the same time. You know what, Real? I can't tell people, you can't tell billionaires how to spend their money, man. People think that they can, but you know what, dude? If you're going to spend it on space, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I just get to sit back here and we get to watch some of the coolest rockets in a 21st century commercial space race unfold. Bro. Oh, this is going to be fun, man. I'm going to enjoy every second of this, bro. I am going to enjoy all of this. This is going to be freaking sweet. We're not going to have 1 space shuttle. We're going to have 2. It's going to be pretty good, man. I am pretty excited. That's pretty cool. We already discussed that, already discussed that one, Phil. Yeah. It's just the delay from whatever they had with the oxygen-rich cycle. Anyway, Novus, let's look at these pictures here. And then you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? And you know what? This is a good way. This is a good time to segue. Okay. It's a good time to segue. We'll get into what Gwen's talking about in Mike's tweets in a second here. On top of all that, guys, we have another Apollo program happening with the Artemis program. We literally are on the cusp of cusp. I hate that word, but it's a good word. We're on the verge of having an Apollo program and a shuttle program and 3 shuttle programs at the same time. But did I see your last? Yeah, Phil, we've already discussed it. I said that already. And I just proceeded to talk about it for
Discovery,
a minute.
no
Must have been a stream delay or something. Dodo, tier 2, 69, nice. 69-month resub. Yeah. Relativity has stated that they're working on reusable launch vehicles. I mean, Rocket Lab's already working on, or trying to pursue reuse, and they're going public very soon. And now Blue Origin is supposedly working on a reusable upper stage. SpaceX is already, they're leading the way. They're light years ahead of everybody else. But, I mean, we got China working on reusable rockets. Russia's working on the Amira rocket, which is a medium-duty reusable Methalox launch vehicle. Dude, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. How can you not be hyped right now? Yeah. Hey, Bio, 33 months, man. Angara is not reusable, Pigsy. Amur is. You just got here. What's the hype? GrabShark supposedly, Blue Origin is working on a Starship Killer. They're going to make a reusable New Glenn upper stage out of stainless steel. Supposedly. Yeah. Bro, I'm gonna retire. I'm gonna retire on orbit. This is gonna be sick. That's New Glenn's upper stage. I thought Jarvis was a new vehicle or something. It's New Glenn's upper stage. Check this out. Trevor Mullman took these pictures for ours, but take a look. Look at that. They rolled out a test vehicle at Slick 36. Where did that come from? They have a factory down the street, but was that factory set up to make stainless steel? I don't really recall that it was. I'm pretty sure the last time we saw the interior of the New Glenn factory, it was all aluminum stir-welded jigs. Where did they crap out a stainless steel tank from? You see the second pick, it's the heat shield for Artemis 3. I have it teed up, dude. Yeah, I have it teed. Where did that come from? But anyway, here, let's go back over here. So they have one of the launch escape system fairings here on the Artemis capsule. That's the Artemis 1 capsule right there. And then we have the Artemis 3 heat shield. It's pretty, Novus. In a field? I mean, maybe. They're stealing from Boca Chica in the middle of the night. Wait a minute. Who are you? Well, for spiral incremental development, fast cycles can be turned up pretty quick. Yep. It's got holes in it. Yeah, Novus, why are the holes in it? I know they're supposed to be there. I just hold the frick up. What is that? A Starship model? Alex, apparently Blue Origin is trying to make a Starship killer. I don't hate that. That's pretty cool. Can you do that, Jeff, please? Why killer, not hand to hand? Well, you can kill somebody in hand-to-hand combat, Ray. Or you could be a little girl and shoot them, or you could fight hand-to-hand. You'll think to do a flap Zen or fully propulsive. Well, the Ars article, Grab Shark, says they're looking at 3 different ways. One of them is a Starship flappy wing style way. Second one is a space shuttle with a fixed wing design. So like Saturn shuttle. Personally, I think that's the right way to do that. I mean, because remember, Blue Origin's stated goal is to not go to Mars or go to the moon. It's give you a better way to get into space. So you could live in space. So making a fully reusable low Earth orbit access vehicle is not... I hope they go with the shuttle one. The third one is making SERV for the upper stage for New Glenn. Not an exaggeration. So on February 8th of this year, Chris B said that Blue had a vehicle in the works which was marked as Starship Killer, so it's most likely this. You think Elon heard about this weeks ago, hence the urgency at Boca Chica? Foz, it's possible. It's very possible. It's possible. Shuttle makes the most sense. Oh, please, Rocket Guy, please. Oh, man. That would be amazing. Oh. So, like, here, I loaded up one of my shuttle concepts here. Or one of the shuttle concepts that I have. I forget which one that this is, to be honest with you. But, here, let me find it. Can you imagine? Real question. Could they just buy the rights to the shuttle and reproduce it? I don't see why not. Can you imagine New Glenn? New Glenn like this? That's the New Glenn first stage. It's about the right size. Oh. That would be nice. If Blue Origin's mission goal is to make access to space, why are they going after the HLS in court? Yeah, you'd have to ask them, Allie. I don't know. But you can pursue multiple avenues at once. You know, SpaceX is still upgrading Falcon 9 with the fairings, but they're going full ham on Starship, right? Like, I want to see craft manufacturing on orbit. Well, actually predominant, that's what Relativity's stated goal is. Relativity's stated goal is to optimize manufacturing for zero-G. That's quite literally that's what Tim Ellis said in that Veritasium video the other day. They're not just looking to 3D print rockets. They're looking to manufacture in space. So if SpaceX and Blue Origin are working on the avenues, they can work on the avenues to get into space as well, but they're trying to work on building factories using 3D printers in space. Wasn't Bezos saying that Starship lunar landers were over-engineered? Everyone says that, stress test. But Jeff also said that New Shepard was over-engineered because it represents a critical pathway to scalability in space. So, great, but I want it now. Yeah, I know. We're on the verge of it, man. It's so close. We're almost there. Oh, this is gonna be righteous, dude. It's gonna be. I mean, they could build something like this. I'm going to die before all this stuff happens. It's a little morbid, but all right. Is that Neil Armstrong I heard about? I don't know. That's Convair's shuttle. Yep. All right, so what's Mike saying about SpaceX? Gwen Shotwell says the company has two big issues right now from global shortages: chips and liquid oxygen for launches. Okay. We're certainly going to make sure the hospitals have the liquid oxygen that they need, but for anybody that has liquid oxygen to spare, would you send me an email? Oh, dear. And then Gwen says, I think a low Earth orbit satellite internet will succeed, but which one of us? All of us? None of us? That's a good question. Responsible operators need to work together, coordinate, and don't weaponize bureaucracy. Don't weaponize licensing. Oh. Taking a shot there. Perfect opportunity to get ISRU and liquefaction worked out. Just a second from the atmosphere at the launch site. Yeah. Perhaps they should start using Tesla chips. Yeah, maybe. Damn, dudes. It's crazy. How is liquid oxygen produced? Well, long story short, they suck in oxygen from the atmosphere, they separate the nitrogen and all the other components out of it, and then they supercool it so it becomes a liquid. I mean, it's a little more complicated than that, but pretty straightforward stuff. You take oxygen and you make it wet. Yes. I thought rocket people tended to have LOX production near the launch sites. Yeah, defined, but knowing SpaceX, they launch so much that I don't think the local facilities can keep up with it. But we do know that NASA just built a new LOX facility in Mims, Florida. They built a big LOX facility. They expanded it. So, maybe. Anyway. Yeah. Some pretty awesome space news today. It's pretty cool. Pretty happy. I don't know about you guys. This is pretty sweet. We're opening up a new chapter here this decade. There's Orion. There's the sheathing, right, for the launch escape system. That's pretty awesome. No, this is dope, dude. I can't believe this. I freaking... Everything's coming together, dude. Everything's coming together. It's crazy. It's crazy how everything's coming together despite how crazy the world actually is. It's crazy that that's crazy. Good choice of words, EJ. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Yeah. Imagine being that person just walking towards the shuttle while another one lands. Let me see, Thomas. Yeah. Pretty awesome. It's crazy all the way down. Yep. No, it's Orion isn't your forte, but I think it's for mounting hardware on the underside. I do think that picture is taken at Mashud, though. The black piece is the structure, and they haven't put the ablator on yet. Oh, for the heat shield. Yeah. Working 787 engine model when? Oh, I have the thing up, dude, but I've been here the entire time since you linked it. Maybe? I gotta go make sure the 3D printer is all aligned and happy. Bio gifted a sub to Septimus. Thank you. I think Starship is inevitable at this point.